What do you do in Yakuza 0? First off, this isn't a review. It's just a quick video discussing what kind of things you'll actually be doing moment to moment in a game. It's a little reductive with dumb pie charts, but the goal is to break a game down into its base elements so you'll know all the activities and mechanics of a game. Now with that out of the way, Yakuza 0 is three main things. It's a narrative-driven, story-focused game. It's an action game with brawler combat, and it's kind of open world with a lot of minigames. First and foremost, it's a game about stories. You'll spend a lot of time watching cutscenes and talking to people, both for the main story and for a lot of smaller side quests. While you aren't making dialogue choices, the story and dialogue are always engaging with the perfect amount of weird mixed in. Side missions are usually fetch quests wrapped with a quirky story that makes them worth it, like working on Michael Jackson's Thriller music video, or getting a kid's stolen video game back from his own father. Talking to people and going from story to story actually makes up a significant part of this game. Next, it's an action game. You aren't in combat as much as most other straightforward action games, but the main gameplay mechanic is brawler melee combat. It's not based on timing counterattacks like Batman, it's not as fast and fluid as a character action game like Devil May Cry, and it can be a little janky, but it's fun and it continues to evolve as you play and unlock new moves and styles. If you like character action games and you can deal with a little bit of jank and a little less finesse, you'll definitely enjoy this. The combat and narrative are the bread and butter of the game. You'll be wandering the streets from one story to another, fighting bad dudes along the way, but all of that is wrapped up in a somewhat open world with minigames. How much you pursue these and the amount of time you put into them is totally up to you though. The game isn't quite an open world, although you are wandering around a small section of city freely, and the streets are peppered with tons and tons of minigames, including multiple kinds of rhythm games, classic Sega arcade games, toy crane game, fishing, a weird baseball game, a full casino with multiple types of poker, a form of chess, and slot car racing. I mean, who would ever expect to hear slot car racing as a minigame? But you can even buy parts for your little toy car. It's kind of insane the depth that some of these go to, but you get the idea. There's also sort of a management/simulation side going on. The two characters you play as each have their own business endeavors, like managing real estate. This includes managing your cash, buying properties with different ranks, applying managers and security people to those properties with their own stats. That all affects how much income you get. For most people, no single minigame will take up a huge portion of their time, but there are so many and they're so varied that they help pace the rest of the game out, and many of them are relatively fleshed out. So overall, if you're looking for a story that veers between pseudo-serious and quirky, and a fun beat 'em up that lets you dig deeper if you want, you should definitely give Yakuza a shot. If you enjoy the sound of that, the minigames add a ton of variety to something you'll already want to get wrapped up in. And that's it on Yakuza. For those of you who've seen my videos before, you're probably really bummed out that this video isn't discussing the UI, but don't worry, I will have a new review up next weekend on Horizon Zero Dawn's UI. I'm really looking forward to that game. If you like the idea of this video, quickly discussing a game's base moment-to-moment gameplay, let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.